This is All India Radio. In the program Insights, now we bring you a discussion on crackdown on anti-national activities. The participants are retired Major General Sunil Chandra, expert on internal security, and Mukesh Ranjan, journalist.
In a massive crackdown on Popular Front of India, which is popularly known as PFI in the country, this was done in a joint operation by National Investigation Agency, NIA, Enforcement Directorate, ED, and all the 15 states local police. So during this crackdown, about 106 of the activists belonging to the PFI were arrested, as 96 places in all those 15 states were raided. So these raids have come after a kind of a protracted kind of background work which were being done by the officials of the Ministry of Home Affairs, the NIA, the ED and other intelligence agencies. So as per the intelligence dossiers which were prepared by the intelligence agencies were shared with the investigative agencies, and then the Home Minister Amit Shah has given a go-ahead to these agencies to launch the crackdown. So in this background, now the first question is this, Major General Sunil Chandra, do you think that this action was appropriate, and plus shouldn't it be done before?
Okay, Ranjan, your question is very relevant, and since it has happened only a day prior, a lot of clarity is yet to come out. But let me tell you that this PFI is not a body that has been formed as of yesterday. This is almost now in 2006 it was formed. 16 years old, close to 16 years that it has been there. And mind you that this was formed as a reaction. This was not formed as a purposeful entity for anything new. The reaction was by the National Democratic Front, that is Kerala, that is Karnataka Forum for Dignity from Karnataka, and Manitha Niti Pasarai from Tamil Nadu. And more so, it is important to see when it was formed by all three bodies that were representing the Muslim youth and Muslim aspirations. So the background of the formation of this organization is very, very important for us to understand that this was a reactionary move against the demolition of a Babri Masjid, which had fallen much before, but its origin is from November 22nd, 2006, when it was formed. A very well thought move out to target youth and for funding, collection of the funds and doing terror activities. It is calling terror funding. So there have been pitfalls of this organization. There have been a lot of highs and lows. It has been banned also in many states. The ban has been lifted by judiciary, because you have to understand that in our country, being democratic, we can have freedom of expression, freedom of movement, freedom of doing things at our own cost. So every aspect has been cleared. So the yesterday action was not a knee-jerk reaction, I can tell you. It was not a spontaneous reaction that one fine morning somebody thought over that this should be done. It was a very calculated move. More so when the locations were more than 100. And the locations are almost, I think, 96 locations, and the arrests have been almost 100 plus. And so, therefore, you rightly use the word dossier. The dossier was very closely being studied, and their links with the terrorist organizations was being followed, and possibly for the investigation agencies, the time has to be very ripe. I think it seems that the well-coordinated action that has taken place in so many locations at a parallel time, it was a very well-coordinated move by the National Investigation Agency, supported by the state police, and in certain cases, even the ED had joined them. In the raids, particular amount has also come up. Some arms have also been found out. Now there possibly the next step is that their digital data would be under purview and scanner, and the further links will be followed up. So I would say the time possibly must have been very, very ripe, because no investigation agency will put a hand or will do such a coordinated move unless it has got very substantial proof and substantial evidences to prove it in the court of law, because obviously when these arrests have been made, the FIRs have been filed, now the cases will go to the respective magistrates and the judiciary. They will see all the angles. I don't think now the agency which was, all agencies are very powerful, but the NIA, as I understand, is very, very methodical, doesn't show any haste in doing anything. It first gathers the data, makes sure that wherever they are going, because we cannot possibly malign our own people. And this is a handful number of people. If you see the population sample, the number is not very big, and that also is spread over to so many states.
15 states.
So therefore, I think 15 states. So yes, they were active in Kerala, which is maximum, Maharashtra and Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Assam, UP, AP, MP, Pondicherry, Delhi, Rajasthan. If you see the sampling shows the cross section.
Since in your detailed response, you talked about the connecting youth and espousing issues of the Muslim youth. How do you see the link between the proscribed, long back we have banned SIMI. So now, is there a link between SIMI and this PFI?
Yes, very relevant thing. Actually, PFI is an offshoot of SIMI, which has been banned. I can vouch that this outfit is a come out of SIMI only. And we all know that what SIMI was doing.
Now, after this midnight crackdown, what we are seeing there in Kerala, that widespread protests are going on, and they called for hartal. Even in its statement yesterday issued by NIA, they clearly claimed that these people are involved and engaged in creating terror in the minds of general citizens by committing several of the crime in which they have mentioned about chopping off hand of a professor in Kerala and all brutal killings. So in this backdrop, the kind of support they are getting in Kerala from among the people, how do you see, and do you foresee any imminent ban under UAPA on PFI?
Yes, I will now tell you. If you see the data of the arrests that have been made, Kerala as a singular state has got the maximum arrest from there.
22.
Okay? 22. And a hartal has been declared already. Today there is a hartal in Kerala. It is quite well responded, and you can see masses coming out in their support because it is the home of PFI, and the chairman of the PFI belongs to that very state. So the political apparatus of the state, the political apparatus of the outfit is so strong in Kerala that they are getting all that support. And they are calling that this NAI apprehension is unjust and the leaders were never part of the state terrorism and all that. There will be media which will be contradicting each other. One will be saying that, okay. And they are also calling names to other organizations, like, for example, they are calling, let's say, that RSS also, they are bringing the element of all that. While there is nothing like that. This is not sponsored by any other organization. It is the well thought and planned, which has been well researched, and thereafter this is come out, and you see, if it was very peaceful, they would not have thrown stones at the buses. They have so many damaged, so many vehicles, the public property, the national highway has been blocked. I mean, this is the indicator that, today by force you can demonstrate anything. The idea is these agencies are now, these outfits are attracting the international attention, because mind you, the PFI is not only in India. Their terror funding module has got tentacles abroad also.
So I was coming to that. Even the ED charge sheet in various cases under PMLA, and they have said that PFI has become a tool to attract and receive illegal hawala money from abroad, and they have some IS link also.
This is a very tricky question, let me tell you. To link them with the terrorist organization that you recently named is not going to be very easy. But one thing which is very clear and we must understand is that all these terrorist organizations do not function in isolation.
Okay.
They always have they are interlinked with each other. And any organization which is capable of staging a mass protest at a very short notice, which is reactionary in its nature, which raises funds from all kind of means, which supports movements where the violence is the main means, these organizations are all interlinked.
Okay.
So naming one odd organization name with that will not be correct. I am not hesitant to say that this organization has link with lot of countries outside and they are getting funding. That is why, initially they have supported the CAA protests they have supported, they have Anti-Citizen Amendment Act they have supported.
So now, in the background of all these things happening now, do you think that ban should be imposed on PFI under UAPA?
I am, personally speaking, I am a full support.
Okay.
Because today you see, it is most of the regional parties that they are in the states, especially in the southern states. Okay, Kerala is a different, Tamil Nadu is altogether different. In Karnataka, of course, they supported, there's a BJP government and all that. So when there are so many things and there are so many organizations that they are working for the cause, and mind you, what is the cause that they have written in their constitution? They say PFI is a new social movement.
Yes.
Committed to empower people to ensure justice, freedom and security. Now, and their actions are opposite against. They are ensuring total insecurity to the people. They do not believe in the freedom of the common man to go on the road and carry out his movement every day because they are under threat. Their vehicles and their personal property is being attacked and they do not bother for the justice. Common citizen who is respectful to justice will never come to the roadside and will never do all these things which is eyesore in the eyes of the justice. They are, by demonstrating by their actions, they are going against their stated aim of the establishment of their movement.
Now, you talked about their stated position and stated aim to achieve. Very interestingly, in their constitution, they talk about OBC, Dalits, tribals, all marginalized. So is there a game? Do you see a game of an alignment because their action is related to Muslims only, but they also try and so combine with OBC, Dalits and tribals. So is there any game plan on their part?
That this is very smartly formed body, which you rightly initially, if you remember, we talked about Simmi. It is an offshoot of the Simmi. There is no doubt about it. Today, anybody who is aligning with the Dalits of the country is gaining currency. Dalit is a major share of the population. I will not say the vote bank. That will be wrong because now Dalits have reached the position which could be envy to anybody.
Yes.
They are doing exceedingly well.
True.
But the numbers are so big that they are likely to be misguided. So therefore, while in the cities and many places there is no distinction, this is a very cleverly crafted constitution and the composition of this organization that they want many more people to get into its fold. All right. So therefore, I think your question has got answer in your own question.
Yeah, true, sir. So thank you, Major General Sunil Chandra. This discussion was about the action taken by the intelligence and security agencies against the PFI. So as per the discussion, it seems time has now come, as Major General Chandra said, that we have different political parties in different states and maybe difficult to put a ban on PFI. But one thing is for sure, that time has come for the government of India to think about it, and any ban imposed under UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, it is done by the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the time has come to think over it and take action against a decisive action against PFI. Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on crackdown on anti-national activities. The participants were Retired Major General Sunil Chandra, expert on internal security, and Mukesh Ranjan, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsttalks@gmail.com.